Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know that it's been a while. Like I don't even know if I'm qualified to call myself a YouTuber, but special thanks to my husband that has always been like, "Oh, you need to film, you need to create content." Like that's been on my neck for a long time, and I'm sure he's very happy.
Oh yes, it's good that you're back again.
It's good to be back. So we are here to film our long. In fact, I've been getting messages like, "Tell us how you met. Tell us how you met." Like, I just felt those first few months. But to be honest, like I was thinking of leaving it till maybe next year or like maybe during our first anniversary. But I just felt why not? Like why not share how we met? And yeah, I really hope you enjoy this story. So we
Oh
have a
yes.
special guest, as you can see. Please introduce yourself.
All
Can we
right.
meet you?
All right. So my name is Akinlulu Akinola Afolabi.
AKA love of my life.
Yes, aka the husband to the saved woman.
The saved man.
All right. So it's good to be here.
Yeah, good to be here.
All right. So
So basically, how we met. How did we meet? I know that we've posted like a snippet of how we met
uh,
on Instagram. So, but we just thought to go into more detail to give you people the gist, the in betweens, basically how he met the amazing. Anyway, don't mind me, guys. I'm just
all
playing
right.
around.
So
So, over to you.
thank
Okay,
you
I
very
can
much.
hope
I
I can
think you should
interject.
allow me use those adjectives. You get what I'm saying? Aha. All right. So yes. Thank you so much, everyone. And then, how did we meet? It was so fantastic and divinely orchestrated,
Yeah.
as I should put it. We actually met like in our pastor's outreach team. I joined in September 2022 as a volunteer.
Wow, just
Yeah,
last year.
yeah. So she joined in October. Yes, she joined in October, and
Yeah.
exactly on this Thursday,
6th of October.
6th of October.
My husband is
Yes.
very good with dates. Me,
Yeah,
I can't remember.
so
I just know it's October.
in that particular treat team, like it's almost like not like it's a written rule, but almost feels like as if everybody has their own seat. So when you come in the morning before we go for the field work, we converge, to pray and all of that stuff. So yeah, so I came in and I met this
Damn
beautiful
still.
damsel, on my seat, you know and as a gentleman, I didn't chase her. I just said hello to her, good morning, how are you doing? Okay, and that was it. So I just sat. I just looked for another seat just beside her there, and I sat and I was minding my business. So I think just about when we were about leaving for the field work. So I think the first set of things I said to ask her was, "Are you a tech? Are you a tech person?" Because I could see her, on YouTube, with her
Editing
system editing videos
videos.
and all of that. So I was thinking, she was an IT person because, of course, my first degree is in management information systems. So I was thinking I'll use that, basis to start a conversation with her. I know she goes, no, I'm not a tech person. And I'm like, okay, so
I now thought I
uh,
was snub. I was
yeah,
a
so I
snub.
actually thought maybe I'm like in my mind, I'm like, what's wrong with this one? What's wrong with this one? That
Mm.
one of just
Why are you
but
trying to do small talk, please? In the
so
church office.
so according to her later on, she later said, oh, why she answered that was because she didn't want an instruction from this brother that got his own testimony and all of that stuff. So we went to the harvest field, and we got back. So that October 6th, it was the second day of our spiritual week of emphasis.
Yeah,
If you attend Living Faith, the first
week of the
weekend,
month.
yeah, first week of the month is usually 3 days: Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, spiritual week of emphasis, where we gather to pray and we fast and all of that stuff. So it was the second day, which was on a Thursday. And so the pastor then, Pastor David Kukola, had announced, a day before that tomorrow night, everyone that wants to get married, should dance to the front. Everyone that wants to get married, everyone that is in a relationship or
That
that
wants
wants to
things to
get
be solidified.
exactly for 2022, everyone should dance to the front. That's it.
Yeah.
So that particular night, I just danced to the front based on my relationship with now my ex, uh, uh, the girl in Jos. So I was thinking in my head that okay, so I'm dancing on behalf of our relationship, like it can lead to marriage, and there I was just dancing and just saying to God that God perfected everything, and I'm sure God was just laughing at me that you're not serious.
Somebody else for you.
So in the midst of it, a lot of people gathered, at our church there, Living Faith Church, Yayyyyy, Abuja, and and there was no premonition or anything, and I just looked up, and lo and behold, it was this beautiful damsel that was right in my front. And
Yeah.
as I looked up, and how I knew that it wasn't like maybe any one of us planning it was because we didn't have any concrete conversation. And to be
Yeah,
very honest,
like
when I saw her,
we're not in talking stage. Like
yeah,
we just
exactly.
met.
So when I saw her, at that time, it was just, friends, fellow volunteer, and all of that stuff. So, and I just heard that voice, that's her, and I was wondering,
That's
like,
her.
what's
That's
what's
me.
what's that? Her? Like, if it was somebody that I saw earlier in the day, and I had such
Feelings.
intentions, so I would have thought maybe okay, maybe it's me, going over my thoughts, but that's, and I'm like, okay, so I went back to my seat. I didn't send it to her then, or anything.
I didn't even know that he was behind me.
Until I think later on when
Like,
I was
so
sharing
me.
this story, yes. So
Yeah.
I went, and then my pastor, of course, became a father figure to me. Now carried matter on and was like, oh, this my boy, this my son, he's single and searching. If you want to marry him, come and see me.
I feel like this is a good point to say my own side of the story. Abi, you want to continue?
Yeah, let me continue.
Okay.
All right, so this, and he had said that, and so I had become quote and unquote the star boy of the church,
Star
testimony.
boy, star,
You get
single
so.
section, triple S.
So the pastor had said, if you want this guy, come and see me and all of that. So I was like, wow. So and I remember I was saying to myself that if I was going to take anyone to see him, that I just want to be one person. I don't want to go with one, go with black today, go with yellow tomorrow, all of that stuff. I needed to have a clear direction of where God was taking me to as regards my marital, destiny. And so after that October 6th, I started, searching, and searching and searching again. And I think there was a particular Monday again that we now met on the harvest field. And I think
Tasha
that
too.
was Tasha too.
That's the name of the
We
place.
we had gone on the evangelism in that place, and somehow we ran into ourselves, and then we got talking. And as she left, and before she left, I heard God say again that you both will be going out, on evangelism, and I'm still wondering that what is happening here. So it was at that point, it was at that Monday that I now finally even got a contact. So I said, is this your WhatsApp? And so we now entered talking stage. And
Before to enter talking, so let me say my own side.
oh yeah, see.
Okay, so I think I'll state from my own angle as well. You've heard from his own side. First of all, I was not attending that church. I think that's something interesting to know, and it was not even in Abuja as at early last year. So it was almost as if God just brought both of us
Exactly.
to that location, because I was staying with my sister in another part of Abuja, Lokoguma, and I was attending Winners Chapel, Lokoguma. But my sister's husband got transferred to Port Harcourt, so she basically moved. So after my service here, I needed where to stay, and I started living with my other sister that was staying close to the church that we now both met. Like the way it even happened was, when I was living with my sister now, I was still going to Lokoguma because I was so attached, and that's one thing with me. Like, if I'm used to a particular place, no matter the distance, I'm like, I don't want to start attending another branch and start getting used to people again and start joining new service units and start the process all over again. Until I think it was even my sister that was like, oh, there's even a living faith not too far. I was like, okay, maybe during Wednesday services I can attend this one close to me, and then maybe I'll be going to Lokogoma. I was still spending money until one day I was like, how would I be spending money going to Lokogoma like so far? So I think when I now started attending this church that we now met, Living Faith Church Jahi, in fact, I wasn't even really thinking I was going to be if like attending the church fully until when this our pastor, Pastor David Popola now came. He now preached that day, and immediately when he preached, I just had this witness in my spirit that this is your father, this is where I want you to be. So I started attending the church. I didn't even think that it had anything to do with marriage or anything like that. I just started attending the church. I joined media units as usual, the best units in the church. so so I joined media unit, and even before I was very, very, what's the word, like active, because I was still a new person. So I had this leading to join to do Bible school, and then my pastor had an outreach team, right? That October, it was September I started the Bible school, because the Bible school ran from late September to early, I think the first days of October. So I remember the Holy Spirit just telling me I should do WOFB, because I've done WOFB before. I've done BCC, LCC, LDC, and I was thinking, how am I going to cope with this WOFB? Because WOFB is basically the Bible school we have in Living Faith, so Word of Faith Bible Institute. So I remember just thinking how I was going to cope because of work, because of a lot of things, and I just said, okay, if God is leading me to do it, He's going to give me strength. I don't want to even waste time on the whole Bible school, but basically I joined Bible school, and then the Holy Spirit was leading me to be part of my pastor's evangelism team. I didn't even know that pastor's evangelism team was different from the evangelism team, because evangelism department in Living Faith Church that he is called 633 Army. So I didn't even know that pastor's team was very close knit like that, like just a few people. So I went to see him, and then I was like, oh, I'd like to join your team. And he asked me a few questions that, I don't want to do it as a full-time or volunteer. I was like, oh, I have a job, so I want to do it as a volunteer. And then I think he even prayed for me that day concerning marriage, because I think I even told him that, oh, I want to settle down soon. Like, just prayed for me amongst other prayers that he prayed. So he said, okay, when I'm done with WOFB Bible School, I should come and see him again. So I now saw him again. And then that day, I think Thursday now, that was my first day that I now came. So it was me and my friend. Shout out to Covenant, who now later became my chief bridesmaid, maid of honor, whatever you call it. But yeah, so that was how me and Covenant actually even met in Bible school. So I was sharing with her that, oh, God wants me to join pastor's team. And she was like, oh, she had that same lady. So we now decided to go and see pastor together after the Bible school. So that was our first day volunteering. And so the leader of the team then, he was even the one that gave me a seat to sit, because basically I think he didn't want me and Covenant to sit together. Maybe he felt we were going to be gisting, just wanted us to. So he gave me a seat at one side of the table and gave Covenant a seat. So I didn't even know that it was a seat for me, the seat that they gave me. I sat down. I didn't even know that man was attached to that seat. Anyway, God will position you where he wants you to be. Because then I was not really really looking to be in a relationship, because I wouldn't even say I've been in any real relationship. Maybe I'll call it a situationship. But I was at that point where I was telling God that if you are bringing somebody to me, it has to be crystal clear. I don't want any confusion. I don't want, oh, today is God's will, tomorrow. I just wanted to be sure what I was doing. So at that moment, I didn't even know that there was anything like that. Like, I just sat on the chair. Then he came. And so when I saw him, I think you had testified.
Yeah.
So I think he has
testimony about how I got into Abuja for a role of product manager.
Yes.
And the company, now changed it to company secretary.
Yeah.
And, so literally I got promoted on the day of my interview.
Yeah.
So I shared that testimony first.
In church. So when I saw him, so a part of me was like, so this guy is even here. Because me, I was like, I'm here to serve God. Like, I was just shy, that kind of thing in my head. Like, I never even thought that there was going to be anything like that. I just saw him, and just this thought crossed my mind that so this guy is even here. Like, wants to, as in, almost like, have you not tried? She had testified already. What's you? Almost that kind of thing. What's he doing here again? But he's now asked me that question. Are you a tech person? In my mind, I was like, no. But it's not like I gave him attitude, but me, I know myself that if I'm working. People have told me that if I'm working, I look very serious. So maybe he just misunderstood me. Right. But after that, was it the day? It's very good with dates. Was it that day we had the service?
Yeah, that same.
It was that evening.
October 6th, yeah.
Okay, yes.
Same Thursday.
So that same October 6th, right? So we had the service, and pastor made the whole announcement of, oh, if you want to be in a relationship, or you
Get
want to get
married.
married, or you believe God.
It
Because
was a service of miracle marriages, just to
yeah,
say.
and I remember that day, Thursday, I think I wasn't even not very keen on attending the service, one. And then two, even when Pastor made that call that we should come out, I was a bit embarrassed that I beg me, I'll not come out. In fact, I was on two. It was just like, I was just like, I can believe God for my seat. I don't need to come out. God can tell me if whatever, as in, or God can, as I just felt there was no need, but I kept having that prompting to just go out. Finally, I came out, and I didn't know, I didn't even know he was behind me. That's the funny thing. So when he told me, I was like, wow, 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 wow. So basically, that's like how we met, and then he talked about how we now went for outreach. I think the next Monday, right? Was it the
Yeah.
Monday? That's the
Yeah,
next
I think
Monday.
I should think, yeah,
Yeah,
that should be the next Monday.
that was before your birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
Yeah,
before
so
your birthday.
yes.
Because his
So
birthday
I think
was
October 13, my birthday was Thursday, the next Thursday
okay. The
after
next
we
one, so
met.
a week after. I didn't even know
Yeah,
that it
so
was his
that Monday must have
birthday.
been October 10th or so, that particular Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
after he now took my, of course, even when he asked for my number, I was a bit skeptical. But the reason why I even gave him the number was I didn't want him to start feeling like, you know how girls will say, oh, can I have a number? And be like, I didn't want him to feel like I was doing shakara because I was interested. You get? I just wanted to keep him on that platonic level, because I'm like, if I now start saying, oh, why do you need my number, I don't want him to start feeling like maybe I'm interested, or that I'm now doing shakara for him. So I thought, oh, we are all on the same WhatsApp group, volunteers group, so at the end of the day my number is there, so let me not make a big deal out of it. But I was like, I didn't want him to start feeling like maybe I'm doing shakara because I'm interested, because I was not interested.
oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Alright.
pick it up.
All right, so we got talking, and very, very interestingly, we had similar interest. The main interest was our love for God. If there was one thing, I think that was Monday. I think as a Tuesday of the conversation where we started chatting and all of that, she said something over that there was somebody that said to her, that you spend too much time in church and all of that. So and she said,
It's my
why is
situationship
yeah,
partner.
exactly. So but why are you angry that I'm in my
It's
father's
not my father's
it's not my
house.
father. And
Yeah.
I remember somebody that said something similar to me also, that my immediate ex said to me that only you, hospitality, only you sanctuary, only you pastor's team. So that sound like that
Sounded like your
that
own
sounded like
situation.
understand. So I was excited when she was saying that, oh, finally I think I've met somebody that will understand me, because I was on a mission, and you can't just go for
What kind of
anything,
mission?
you can't just go
I said, what kind of mission?
alright, so you can't just go for just somebody that will just come and truncate
Truncate
your destiny, truncate your ministry, your God-given assignment, because I knew that an assignment had been placed in my hands. So I needed somebody who was on that level with me spiritually and all of that stuff. So we got talking, and we'll chat long into the night. There was
Really, how long
always
is the night?
11, 12, and we'll just go to bed, wake up again the next.
I can't remember that long to the night.
You cannot remember. I can't remember. Then we would take it up again the next morning, and conversation was just, there was never a time that we
Very
lacked gist.
smooth, very smooth.
And
Don't think I started suspecting him.
and all of that. Then the Thursday of my birthday, our message was like the first that came in.
Yeah, I didn't message you in the morning.
Like the first set, like other messages coming, but then
So I stayed up in the
no,
night.
I did not say that. I
Please.
said that's the first set. So and she wished me well on my birthday, and I was like, oh wow, cool, and all of that stuff. So then there was not this outreach the Saturday after the birthday, which should be around October 5th. Yeah, October 15th. At that point.
Wait, before you go to October 15th, sorry, before you go to October 15th. So he was celebrating his birthday. I think at that point I was already suspicious. Then Covenant was even saying the same thing, like, why do I feel like something will happen between you and this guy? I was just looking at covenant, like, please, I beg. I came to
Covenant, covenant.
I came to volunteer as an evangelist, as a soul winner. I'm not here for this. No, 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 no.
You're not here for man.
I'm not here for man. Like I know I'm here. Catricoman anointing is operating.
Oh shit.
Evangelist. Anyway, so to be honest, but obviously you know that at that point I was already like, it seems like this guy is interested, but at the same time, I feel like I didn't want to assume because I've been in situations where you just want to start talking to you, just spam, assume, and so I just wanted to get for him to get to the point where he knew what, like, I didn't even know that was in a relationship. So you understand, like, I didn't just want to start making or having pictures in my head and building castles. I just needed, like, I was very, very cautious, very extremely cautious. So I remember when he was celebrating his birthday. Before then, I had done a video collaboration. I still remember the wine story. I done a video collaboration with someone. So the person came to the house. So I remember I was supposed to give the person a bottle of wine, and I was like, when the person had left, I was like, oh, I forgot to give you a bottle of, as I had a bottle of wine for you. And I was like, wow, he too had a bottle of wine to give me, like, as far, thanks for doing the video with me and all that. So we're like jokingly, let's shall both keep our bottle of wine since we both forgot. So you get that kind of thing. So when he was now celebrating his birthday, I remember I had this leading, like, I don't know if it was, I would say it's a leading because I didn't want to, because I didn't want him to feel like there was anything. So I just had this leading that, why don't you just give him this bottle of wine since it's his birthday, and you are, and I was like, because Pastor had already put him out there, like he said. Pastor had even said, if you are interested in this guy. So it felt like everybody was already, he had just testified about a job, and I didn't want to be one of the girls that were interested. You get? So I was like, I was like, I'm not giving him this wine. But it just kept coming to my heart, and I was like, well, let me do what my heart is telling me to do. Whatever anybody thinks, that's their business. So I carried the wine, and I think I gave him in church. So some of the girls in his hospitality unit, hospitality, I don't want to even talk about it. Anyway, I'm joking. But yes, I remember I gave it to him, and to confirm what I was like suspecting or cautious about, he told me that, in fact, there was someone that was even saying that these sisters have started, because you understand, almost
sure.
like they started already, they've already started. She's shooting their shot. But me, I didn't even have any of it. I just felt it's his birthday, so what is there? But what I was cautious about, I already knew that people would talk. But at that point, you get to a certain level in life where you're like, people will think whatever they want to think. So at the end of the day, it's up to you to know, like, what to receive or what to agree with, or what to allow disturb your mind or whatever. So yes, back to what you were saying about this. So that was before we now had the outreach on the Saturday. I think your birthday was on the Thursday.
On Thursday.
The Thursday. So Saturday was now the outreach. Yeah.
Yeah. So the outreach, in Tasha 2. As at then, I was sure that this is what I was going to go for and all of that stuff. So when I saw her, I was playing the nice guy. I collected her bag, I was carrying
I was taking pictures. So
she was
asking
me,
carry my bag.
Oh, that she was not teasing me. I was like, oh, that where's my birthday cake? I was like, okay. So I think that the money that was given to me for my lunch as a volunteer for that particular crusade, which we had in Tasha 2, that particular day. So I now squeezed that money in that. I was like, okay, go and take this and go and have
I wanted
lunch.
to return it, but you refused to take it back.
So that particular day, I would follow. We're just at least very close to each other for the whole of that.
It was
crusade.
raining, so you now carried the umbrella.
Yes,
I was the one taking pictures.
Exactly. So she
now
was
for me,
taking.
let me carry your bag. Let me carry your camera.
Just being very, very
Let me carry your umbrella.
nice. Of course, I was on a mission.
He was not carrying umbrella with me as I was taking pictures. In my mind, I was like, okay, oh.
All right. So I remember that we were going back, as we're not going back, to the office that particular Saturday night, and I was saying it to them in the bus that because people were kind of speculating, so like that they should not worry that if there's going to be anything that Anna Morosi said that I was going to call a press conference, but in the midst of it, I had whispered to some a full-time
another
staff
staff.
that see this girl, that I like this girl, I'm going to ask this girl. The lady was like, ah, that no, that if you like her, that go ahead. So I now like said no.
Before then,
Then
oh, remember the jokes that people were now making in the box that she now like said it out loud.
exactly. So that was then. So I think the next day was a
I
Sunday.
didn't give them the boss gist now. In the boss, okay, wait, sorry. In the boss. You know, my husband is like very punchy, but me, I like talking about the what do they call it? Is it the
The
inside,
yeah.
the nitty gritty? So that day in the boss, all of a sudden, this full time staff, I don't want to call her name since she's online, but yes, she now said, that if you are, she just said, if you are brother Lulu, mind you, I saved this number as brother Lulu LFC. Bro Lulu BROLFC. I think I said brother Lulu LFC GIO, but no, I think it was bro Lulu LFC. Yes. And then I think you're not telling me I should not be calling you bro. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, they don't start. And then I think he saved my own and sister Esther Jai.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just doing brother and sister anyway. So in the bus, she now just said it out like that. Actually, good if both of you date. Again, when I heard it, even Covenant was not giving me that eye of, she had already said something. But in my mind, I was like, I sure didn't make a big deal. I just laughed. When he now said he will make a press conference, I just laughed over it. Again, I didn't want to now be like, no, I didn't want to make a big deal. I was just trying to keep things very normal so that when I be like, why are you just agitated or anything? So, but yeah, as you're saying.
All right. So if there was one thing that she has said repeatedly is the fact that she didn't want to make it, look over that she was interested. She not like she didn't her body
I was not
language
interested.
and all of that stuff. Even eventually when you got to know her, of course you.
Wait,
So
I didn't want it to make it look. I didn't want it to. I didn't want things to be awkward. Like in that initial stage, I didn't want things to seem like. I didn't want things to be awkward. I wanted things to happen naturally. So I didn't want when they're teasing me, I will not be like, I don't see. I just wanted to be mature. Like I didn't want. You understand?
Yeah, sure. So that was for the crusade episode. So I think the next day, my ex boss was having a birthday bash for
His son.
his son. I think his son third one, either one or two, or so is it two?
Yeah, it was bigger than one.
Yeah. So and I said okay that we all come with our wives, our girlfriends, and all of that stuff. So I said okay, this is a very good opportunity. So she obliged and she went with me to that birthday. Already at that birthday, my colleagues there were already calling her Mrs. GM, which I wasn't comfortable with because I didn't want.
Because I'm not making look as if maybe it was. I told them that he liked me. But I feel like I knew that he didn't tell them. They were just assuming or just teasing.
I didn't want. In my mind, I was like, girl, I never asked her. Me not calm down, kind of thing.
Let me shoot my shots.
You understand? So we both enjoyed the party. We talked at length.
We came outside to gist.
We were together for close to about 6 hours at that party, so it was a very good time. So after the party had ended, so we're now going up. So I think it was the HR that was going to drop us off. So she dropped us, and I said, okay, that let me see her off to her sister's place. So I now followed again, and remember, I'm like, let me not go and waste time, before this whole thing goes out of hand again. So
somebody else overtakes you.
Exactly. So that particular Sunday, that night, that was now October 30th. Yes, she said I'm good with it. So that was October 30th, 2022. So I now having in mind that I had broken up with my ex from just none of that because I needed to do that, and that was why I took time. Yeah, I took my time. Sorted that process out, so that I will have a cool way to move ahead to the woman of my dreams.
It's now a reality.
All right, so that particular Sunday, we got back from the party, and we're just, gisting and, talking about the party went and all of that stuff. Then I knew how to do that. So I now said to her that, sister Zulaikha, that I really like you, and You know the rest.
This is when I interject because I knew that he was going to rush this part, but I'm going to break it down. So that day, like we spoke a lot, we talked. Then I got to know more about him, more about his interests, and I think it's at that point that I was just like, okay, this is a good person. But before then, like I had had some, dreams about him, and the reasons why me I'm very skeptical when it comes to dreams, right? But I know that dreams are one of the ways God speaks to me. But it would have been a different thing if maybe I was already catching feelings and then I saw the guy in my dream. You understand? Then I'll be like, maybe the Bible even talks about how you cause the dream by your thoughts or something. There's a particular scripture like that that when you think about something, you start to see it in your dream. So I remember the first dream I had about him was when I think the first dream was I dreamt that he had gone to see my pastor and was telling my pastor about me that, oh, I like this girl and all that. And then the second dream I had was when both of us now went to see pastor together, that, okay, we want to start a relationship and all that. And that was kind of the way it played out, like the second part of the dream about both of us now later coming to go and see pastor when we now started the relationship officially. But at that point, obviously, still needed to talk even before you asked me out. Like I already knew that this person was God's will. But of course, I was still using that time to pray about it because I was like, God, I don't want to say yes and I'll go back and say, oh, I'm not sure. Because you know how it is. If there's one place you have to be very careful about dating wrong or right or just about your relationship is if you are in the same church, because if it doesn't work out, it's not you understand, like it's a different thing if maybe you are dating somebody in just you're dating somebody far away.
Nah,
You're dating somebody far away, like exactly when you ended this relationship, like there's really no drama, there's no brother this and that this. I thought I was seeing people together. You see how these things can play out. So I didn't want that. I didn't want drama in my life. Like I've experienced church drama before, and I was like, I don't want any of that. So I needed to be very sure. So even with all the dreams, I was still asking God, because then there was even another guy that was, shooting his shot. I had to be sure of what I wanted. So I had to take out time to pray. So that day, obviously after the birthday, his HR dropped us off at my sister's place, which was where he wanted to now book his ride from. He was a bit nervous, but it was nice for me to just see the way he was looking, very like was just vulnerable, like, oh, I like you, and I promise you that if we start this journey, I can never forget what he said, that if we start this journey together, I'm going to make you happy and you're not going to regret it. So in my head, I already knew that this is God's will, but I was like, okay, I've heard everything he said, I'm going to pray about it. So yeah, so that's basically the way we met up until the talking phase, the asking out phase. And then obviously after praying about it, taking time to see God's face, I now came back with my answer a week later. Do you want to talk about the answer?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was supposed to add that part now. A week later, November 6th. I remember because
Yes.
you always remind me of the date.
Yeah, November 6th, which coincidentally is exactly 1 month that I saw her like for the first time. So November, so this particular, after the whole accident out, we had now made it, an habit that after every service time we spend time together, we talk. And so this particular Sunday, November 6th, the first Sunday after I asked her, so I followed her, so like to her sister's place, so we're talking, she made food and very
What time did you
delicious.
guys? I can't
It was
remember.
jollof rice, yeah, but it
My
was
jollof rice is
it
to
was
the
quite
extent. Anyway.
delicious and all of that stuff. So I went to the kitchen to help with dishes and all of that stuff. So she was like that I should check my notepad. So in my head I'm like, notepad, like
What's inside?
what's inside the notepad? Uh, so I flip through the notepad and I see this note.
That he
Your-
still
your
has till
answer-
today.
Yeah, I still have that note today. Your answer is here. So I start to read and like in between there, she now wants to do a media thing,
Yeah,
have
media.
some suspense and say, just you're a great guy, Justin,
No matter what happens,
no matter what
we'll still be
happens,
friends.
we'll still be friends, and I was just eager to read the next night to see, okay, so where does it lead us? And I'm like, okay, so she goes, I'm like saying yes to you, not because I'm convinced, because of and all of that stuff.
Because
So-
I'm convinced you are God's will for me.
exactly.
Like,
So November 6th, so we started officially.
and then you
And
said
then
the
I
same
then
thing
said,
again.
and I said again,
That
and I said to her again that thank you for saying yes. That I promise you that you will not regret, embarking on this lifelong journey with me, and
I always make you happy.
and I'll always make you
I'll do my best to
happy.
make you happy.
And then so we started officially.
That's the
Then
way we
of
started
course,
our journey.
so I now said to the final part. So I now said to her that I said I'll need to take to see my pastor, who is now of course
Confirmation
my
of my
spiritual
dream.
father. So not like we had discussed that before, not like you have told me
Yeah, I'm
about
not.
our
I didn't
dream.
even tell him about my dream.
Yes, so I
It
just
was
came
later.
up and I said this is what I need to do.
And he didn't even
That-
tell me that, oh, God said that's her. Because I think he has seen that my YouTube video that was talking about.
Okay. So I skipped the part. So I had seen, so all along,
Was researching me.
Yeah, I researched.
You even
so
sent that staff to do homework on me.
Yes,
Like
so the
staff in the
particular
pastor's
staff,
team.
I asked that particular staff to run a check on her to see how she is and all of that. So that staff came.
I
So
think
that
that
was
was
like my
even-
Joshua and Caleb in
I think
one.
that was when
in
I
one
even
figure.
knew that you
So-
were. I was now sure because she was not asking me questions like,
Yeah,
oh,
so-
which tribe do
so-
you want to marry from? Do you mind
So
Yoruba?
that particular staff came back with a good report and all of that stuff. But I don't said to myself that regardless of whatever this staff comes with, that my
Yeah,
mind
yeah,
was
it's
made
mind
up on.
was
So
made
I
up.
said to her that I will need to, just like my pastor has said, that if somebody wants to marry me, that the person has to come. So I need to
You're
take
talking
you.
about the YouTube thing now.
Yeah, so so I checked on YouTube, discovered that she had a YouTube channel. So
I
I
watch
seen one
my
particular video where she said that some brother came to her and said, God told me that you are my wife and stuff like that, and she didn't find it funny and all of that. So I don't want to fall into the same category of a brother coming to say that God told me. So I was very,
He
very
did his homework.
careful. Yeah, I was very, very careful with my words at that particular time. So I said to her about now back to the taking her to the pastor. So I said that I'll need to take it to my pastor. So whatever I says, they will know where we are. So immediately we got to the pastor. It was like, wow, that's
He just started laughing. He was like, why are you laughing?
She's a great
Like, she's a good girl. She's a very good girl.
You're also a good guy. So I support
He
this
said you're a
100%. Yeah, he said that. So it's like I support this 100%. Like he was so
He now prayed
excited,
for
and
us.
he prayed for us and asked us if we had, a conviction, to go
Yeah,
ahead with
he
this, and we
prayed
said
about it.
yes. We said sure. We are, advised us.
And it's not everybody that
No.
pastor say. If pastor looks at you and say you are a good girl, believe me that because pastor is very discerning. Like it's not everybody will look at and say she's a very good girl. Because when he kept looking at me and saying she's a very good girl, just in my mind I was like, yes sir, I'm a good girl.
So, so after that particular meeting, she also says to me that okay, I need to take you to my
Apostle
spiritual
OP.
more
when
and
we
all of
pray.
that stuff. So
Don't forget about that.
Yeah, so it was. It was
December.
December. I think the day Shiloh 2022 was going to start. I was
on
on my
break.
week off for Shiloh that particular period, so I had that time to quickly go. So we went. After the fellowship for that day, we met with her, and she kept on scanning me spiritually.
She's
Apostle was like,
just
okay,
looking at him.
And
she
was
was
she was like,
she
said point blank,
didn't
she was
say
like-
much,
she was
but she was
like-
just observing.
She was like, I have not seen anything that.
Yes, I don't feel anything in my spirit.
There's
She
no-
was
I have
like, she
not
was
seen
like,
anything.
she was like, if I
There's
feel
no red-
something,
yeah,
I would have said you, or I would tell her. But I feel calm. But I think
So-
the only thing she did mention, which would maybe talk about in more videos, was when she now asked him. I think many people don't even know this part that my husband is actually 10 years older than me. So when she said, "How old are you?" I was like, "I'm 25." And she was like, "You're a small girl." Because probably people thought I was in my late 20s. Because people actually tell me that I behave older, or I don't know. But she was like, so I said, "You're a small girl." So she now asked him, "How old is he?" I said, 30. It's going to be. No, that was when he turned 35.
So you were 24.
Okay, yes, I was 24.
Yeah.
Yes,
so that was
actually, last year I was 24.
Yeah,
Yes, you were 34.
Yeah.
So she was like, that age difference. And then she started asking, like, hope you don't treat her as if she's a child, and hope he doesn't treat you. She was just asking, she was like, this age difference. don't see her as a baby partner. So I really appreciated that concern, because I think it's very important that when you are starting a relationship, it's important for both the guy and the lady to know that there's somebody that they are both accountable to. So you just because I think for him, me taking him to see her really made an impression that this girl is not someone that just makes her decisions. Like, obviously you make a decision by yourself, but it's not somebody that is without counsel. Like, this is serious business. This is not just a one day affair. So he came all the way. I think we even came with a gift.
Yeah.
That was when we bought Christmas. Yes, Christmas
so
gift.
Christmas period.
So that's really nice. And then just having him beside me in fellowship, and then went to see her, and then she just prayed for us. And I remember she said we should keep her posted, and thankfully she made it for the wedding. She was even the mother of the day. But yes, we'll talk about all of those things. Just stay tuned. But I think that is it in summary.
Yeah.
And I'll say that it's just, I think our story is just basically how you find your spouse, or when you are in your service to God. Obviously everybody's story is different, but
Exactly.
I really believe that the Bible says something that when you seek first the kingdom of God, every other thing will be added to you. So it might not be that you meet your spouse in church or in your pastor's office like we did, but I feel like there's a very close connection to serving God and God settling people maritally and other areas. So if you are watching this video and you feel like, oh God, when? Like, a lot of people commenting at my post like, oh God, when? And I'm like, obviously I'm not trying to, mock anybody, but when I see posts like that, I just also am encouraged that, how do I put it, like, this story is also going to be a blessing to people, so that they will know that if I serve God, if I focus on God, not just focusing on God, but also building yourself, because you only attract who you are. So besides your loving God, have your own personality, build yourself, like be doing something that someone else can see and be like, wow. Because the truth about it, even guys, it's not just because of love for God. Love for God is the number one, obviously, but I mean, there are other things people look out for. Is this person accountable? Can I talk to this person? Can I relate to this person mentally? But I don't want us to go into this. Is just how we met. We'll talk about maybe our relationship. Our courtship was very short, I think, but let's round up the video. So thank you for watching. Any last words from you?
All right, so my wife has said pretty much everything. Like she rightly said, everybody's story is going to be different.
Yeah.
But if there's one thing that we based our relationship on, was God. God has been at the center of it from day one.
Get-go, yeah.
Yeah. So, and we met serving God, and we said to ourselves that we are not taking, none of us going to take ourselves out of serving God.
We're going to encourage each
so
other in our
we even do more for God, serving God. So one thing that we have always said to ourselves is that serving God truly pays. And we hear a lot of that in the Winners family. But looking at ourselves after a year, we can say now that we are a testimony.
Yeah.
Our story is one that can be classified as a miracle, because people meet in that short time, and they begin to have issues and all of that. It's not been like that for us. It's just been like as if we've known each other for so many years. We talked about age difference. All of this was talked about in those other videos, but 10 years. I don't even
told him
see
yesterday that I even forget that you are that older than me, because you are basically, but even when people see us, like, you guys behave like brother and sister. Because we are just chilled and all.
It's
our story.
Exactly, and it's been very, very, very beautiful, and we feel privileged, to stand before people to share our story. Not just not because not like we want to feel all righteous or feel cool of ourselves, or
just feel like we are the standard.
Because we believe that there's someone out there who is going to watch this, and take his or our walk with God seriously as we go into a new year, and that God ordained spouse, just like mine showed up via David Popola outfit.
Default wedding.
Yeah, a default
the
wedding.
633 couple meets the Afrobis 2023. Yeah.
Exactly. So thank you so much.
Thank you, and shout out to I love you too. And shout out to our pastor for
Pastor David
where it all happened.
Popola.
Pastor David Popola. And I don't want to talk about the moving
Okay,
But
okay,
apart
okay.
later,
Of course,
later,
shout out to
later.
Apostle
Apostle
Opianga.
Obi. I know you might not see this video, but anyway, just to honor her, I really love her so much.
Exactly.
She has
Yeah,
been in the
because
journey. In fact, even from before he came into the picture, she has always been concerned. You know, when I reach out to her about any of my concerns, she's always there, and she has really been a mother figure even up until now. So, love you so much, ma. And yeah,
all right.
see you in the next one. Please stay tuned because the next video I'm going to be showing about our courtship, you know, wedding and all, you know, those kind of things. So please do not miss it. Do not miss it. Thank you, my husband, for coming today.
I feel honored.
Hope to see more of you.
If you
He
invite
says
me,
he's the co-director, I be the what do you call it?
creative director.
Creative director of my YouTube channel. So
Okay.
he has really been the one pushing, based
Thank
the
you.
most famous
Thank you.
content.
Thank you.
So thank him.
And thank you, Saved Woman, for being a shining light.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for the people that you inspire. Thank you for the good work that you're doing. Thank you for being an amazing wife.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.